Welcome to Rise to the Equation. Students taking linear algebra at the University of Ottawa in Canada face the following matrix equation on their first exam. This problem must be solved by hand. No calculator allowed. Before I give away the solution, why don't you pause the video and see if you can solve correctly for matrix A. There's actually quite a bit going on here, including a transpose, an inverse, two 2x2 matrices, and some scalar multiplication to boot. Let's focus on the stuff in blue and temporarily rename it B. B, of course, will also be a matrix. Now our task is well defined. We need to find matrix B. We can do so by taking the inverse of both sides of the equation. And since the inverse of an inverse gets you back the original matrix, we now can solve for B by taking the inverse of the 2x2 matrix shown. So what's the easiest way to get the inverse of a 2x2 matrix? Well, probably just to know the formula. Notice that the denominator of the fraction is just the determinant of the matrix. Also notice that in the BC diagonal, the values both get negated. What about the AD diagonal? For that, we just swap A with D, and vice versa. The formula for the inverse of a 2x2 matrix is pretty handy and worth memorizing. Now we just plug in the values. The fraction in front simplifies nicely to 1, and we get the following value for B. So now we're back to where we started, but we no longer have to worry about the inverse. That's been taken care of. Now we just set the stuff in blue equal to B. When we do, we get the following. Let's first get rid of the parentheses since they're no longer needed. We can add the matrix next to A transpose to the right-hand side to get the following. Next, we apply scalar multiplication by distributing the 3. When we do, we're just left with these two matrices. When we add the corresponding elements of these two matrices, we get the following. Finally, recall that the transpose of a 2x2 matrix just switches row 1 with column 1 and row 2 with column 2. Applying the transpose, we get the solution. A equals 4 minus 4 in the first row and 511 in the second row. And that's our answer. Great job if you got this right. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing. Also, I'd love to get your feedback in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.